Hi, we're Team Mummies. I'm Amber Torres, and I'm doing hieroglyphics and the pyramids.
I'm Gianna, and I'm doing fast facts and hydrolysis. I'm Julia, and I'm doing the walk like an Egyptian.
Welcome to ancient Egypt. I'm about to take you on a trip. You're gonna learn about what they ate, what were the famous pyramids, and how they wrote in ancient Egypt.
I did walk like an Egyptian. The only types of shoes they had was leather sandals. The priests could not wear the leather or wool clothes. The girls were not allowed to go to school. The only way they were able to learn was from their parents. They were too busy taking care of the babies and making crops for the family. Not a lot of the boys went to school either. Only the rich ones did, and they went to help the poor ones become scribes. The poor ate bread, onions, and vegetables. Some of the boys stayed home plowing and planting the fields. They also learned how to irrigate and make tools. Ancient Egypt. Once a boy was 12, he had to shave his head and only keep one lock of hair on his head. They ate grapes, cucumbers, beans, and onions. Some of the poor ate dung, but mostly the rich ate the dung. The rich had a ton of gold necklaces and bracelets. The Egyptians always wore necklaces and bracelets. The men were the only ones that made clothing. When they made the clothing, they wore a type of material called loincloth. The men wore the loincloth around their waist. The Egyptians wore the jewelry to brighten up their plain outfits. The Egyptians ate a ton of fish.
Now that you know about what they ate and how they lived, I'm going to tell you about some of their pyramids. There are about 110 pyramids known in Egypt, and these 3 pyramids are the most famous pyramids in Giza, Egypt: the Pyramid of Khafre, the Great Pyramid, and the Pyramid of Menkaure. The pyramids contain 2,300,000 blocks of stone, and the largest pyramid ever built was the Great Pyramid. They say it took 20,000 men over 20 years to build the Great Pyramid, and this is the Great Pyramid. The massive tombs were constructed to withstand the element of time and were intended to last forever. And the three pyramids were built for 3 pharaohs: Chepos or Khufu, Chephren, Khafre, and Menkaure during the second half of the 3rd millennium BC. They were built to protect the 3 pharaohs. All the pyramids were made of solid polished granite. And in order for the pharaohs to become a being of the afterworld, it was important the pharaoh's physical body was to be safeguarded and recognizable by his spirit. This in turn led to the process of mummification. Now I'm going to tell you about some of their hieroglyphics. The term hieroglyphics refers to a system of writing using ancient Egypt symbols. And the hieroglyphics involved a series of picture words, as you see right here and here, consisting of several hundred words. This system of writing was intensely complex and very labor-intense. The first hieroglyphics were used on buildings and tombs, as you can see above. The Egyptian system of writing involved no vowels. They also consist of no punctuation or spaces. Their form of writing could either be read from left to right or right to left. Can anybody tell me what either of these say? Brittany?
Mr. Hill.
This one? Says Mr. Hill. This one? Anybody? Haley?
Mrs. Hill.
Yep. In the beginning, hieroglyph signs were used to keep records of the king's position. Scribes could easily make these recordings by drawing a picture of a cow or a boat flowing by a number. But as the language became more complex, more pictures were needed. Eventually, the language consisted of more than 750 individual signs. In Egypt, 220 would be written like this. In Egypt, 500 would be written like this. The main language of Egypt is Arabic. They also spoke French and English. The office name of Egypt is Arabic. Republic of Egypt. The country is known as Mesur or Mesur. In the local language, the capital Egypt is Cairo. Egyptians thought of Egypt as being divided into two types of land, the black land and the red land. The black land was the fertilized land on the banks of the Nile. They used the black land for growing there because it was the only land in Egypt that could farm. Because of the rich black silt was deposited there every year after the Nile flooded. The red land was barren desert that protected Egypt on two sides. This desert separated ancient Egypt from neighboring. Karnak is the largest of the temples located in Egypt. The Valley of the Kings is the final resting place of many of Egyptian fortunes who ruled Egypt during the period of the New Kingdom. The tomb of Tutankhamun is the most interesting tomb ever found in the Valley of Kings.
We hope you learned a lot about ancient Egypt, how they lived, why they have pyramids, their type of writing, and some facts.
So pack up your bags and let's go to Egypt.
All right, give them a nice round of applause.